Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and thank you so much for tuning in with me today. Now in today's video I'm gonna be reviewing a full face by the brand Rare Beauty. So Rare Beauty actually launched in 2020 and it was founded by no other than Selena Gomez. Now I have been picking up their products since they have launched and I have accumulated so much, and I barely can't believe that I've never done a full face review by Rare Beauty. But today finally is the day where I'm going to do that. I also do have a couple of her newly released products. I do have her new Undereye product, her amazing powder highlighter, and I also have a couple of new shades in her matte Soufflé lip cream. So there are a couple of products that I truly love by Rare Beauty. They have become holy grails of mine, and then other products where I'm just like, no, this is not for me. Pause. So just in case you have tried out anything by Rare Beauty, please do drop me a comment down below and let me know how you like the products, or if you did not like them. I mean, what was your experience with them? I'm always looking forward reading your comments down there. They are so much fun. Like, it's so exciting to share information on products with you. I really do enjoy that. And also, in case you do enjoy today's review, please don't forget to give it a like, hit the subscribe button, and ring the bell to get notified. So I would say, without no further ado, let's just go barefaced and let's put all of these Rare Beauty products onto my face and let's start reviewing the very first one. Okay, you guys, so I'm barefaced right now and I'm so excited for today's video because I'm going to be reviewing everything that is in this beautiful case right here, and it's quite a lot of stuff. So many products by Rare Beauty, I cannot wait to share my opinion on all of them. So I would say let's actually kick it off with the primer. Now she actually has two different primers. She has a pore diffusing one and she also has an illuminating one. If you have been on my channel for any time, you guys know which one I picked out. Of course, I went with the pore diffusing one. I don't like to shine, I don't like illumination, so you know, this was a no-brainer for me. So this is the Always an Optimist Pore Diffusing Primer, and this retails for $28. So the illuminating primer has the exact same price tag. However, there's also a mini travel size available, and that's the one that I picked up because I just wanted to try out this primer first before I would commit to a full-size bottle. So here is the mini size primer. As you may be able to see, I already went through half of mine. This is like a cushiony gel formula. It really hydrates your skin, but it definitely does blur. So let's actually put it on my face. I'm going to clip my hair back. This is also quite mattifying. It really does get rid of the shine on your face, while at the same time it's also a hydrating product, which I honestly really do enjoy. So it comes with a pump, and as you can see, it's like this milky gel. Really lightweight. It applies really nice. I'm just gonna use my hands. As you may be able to see, my pores are completely gone right here. Here they are still visible. I did not put on any product on this side just yet, so that you can see the comparison. And it also mattifies at the same time. It's quite a beautiful product. This is just really doing what I like a primer to do without drying out my skin, keeping it hydrated, and it's so smooth. It really feels like silky smooth. It's really good. So let's do the rest of my face. Now it's not tacky at all whatsoever. It really feels like silky and stuff, so I do enjoy this quite a lot. It's really, really nice, and I feel like it's a little bit more blurring than the Glowish Blur Jam. But that one is also maybe a tad bit more hydrating. So my primer is on, so let's actually move on to the next product. And before we are going to apply the foundation and the concealer, I wanted to talk about this brand new release by Rare Beauty, because I definitely do have some thoughts about this. So this is the Positive Light Undereye Brightener, and this retails for $24. Here it is. I picked this one up in the shade light to medium. Now this does exist in 6 shades, and it's kind of like an under eye brightener. Now I did not really know what to expect when I picked up this product. So it's actually described as a super lightweight liquid that instantly brightens, hydrates and awakens under eyes with sheer to medium coverage for a fresh, radiant look in a flash. I'm not so sure about this product, you guys, because I really do love their concealer, and their concealer also works for my under eye area. This one I struggled with in the beginning. So at first I used this with a sponge, I used this with a brush, and then I realized none of those were really working on me. It was just absolutely bizarre. My under eyes did not look that flattering. So I have to use my fingers in order to blend this out. And it also states that on their website. So yeah, I don't really like finger makeup. And then something else that was a little bit surprising to me was the applicator of this product. It has this sort of metal tip, and I think it's really to like cool down puffiness, but you know, I don't really like this applicator because it barely picks up any product, and also I feel like this product really does not deliver me with the coverage that I actually like, so I have to go over with a concealer. But I wanted to show you guys what this can do on bare skin. So yeah, I'm just gonna use it like this and then just do a couple of dots. And the coverage on here, it's gonna be super sheer, you know. So I'm gonna use already a little bit more product. Also, their pink undertone seems to be a little bit more on the peach side in general with Rare Beauty. So it's not like a real pink undertone, it's pretty peachy in my opinion. But I'm gonna use my finger to blend this one out. So this product does feel a little bit like, I don't want to say oily, but it does feel a little bit oily without being too oily though, you know, but it has not like a very creamy sort of formula like their concealer does. I mean, you can see it definitely did something. Now, is this enough for me? You know, if I would be like a no makeup girl and I just wanted something for my under eyes, maybe. But then if you have like a lot of discoloration underneath your eyes, I don't think this is like the best product to build up. I don't think this is the best product to achieve like full coverage with. I mean, it does state sheer to medium, so it would suggest that you could build this one up. I feel like if you just want a little bit of coverage underneath your eyes, and if you're okay with that finger application, maybe, but it just does not blend out that well. It's nothing that I would reach for in my everyday makeup routine necessarily. I think Rare Beauty wanted to do something innovative with this. However, I'm just not the biggest fan of this formula. I don't really like that I have to use my fingers to blend it out. And also, I don't know about this applicator. I mean, it does get a little bit messy. It's not my favorite thing. It's not my favorite release by them, you know. It's not something that I would say, wow, this really did something amazing for my under eye. I mean, yeah, it balanced out a little bit my under eye area. And also I have to use a little bit more product because otherwise it's so sheer that you can barely see it. Yeah, it's just not my type of product. I'm not saying it's a bad product. I mean, you can see what it did. So if that's up your alley, go for it. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but that's very personal as well. So that's that for the new release. So let's actually move on to the foundation. So this is the Liquid Touch Weightless Foundation, and this retails for $30. Now, I picked that foundation up when it first released. I think that was back in 2020. I really enjoyed that foundation for a long time. I also had it in my favorites video. Meanwhile, they also had released their Positive Light Tinted Moisturizer Broad Spectrum SPF 20 sunscreen. I did not pick that one up because that one has some chemical filters. I don't do well with chemical filters, but I picked up the foundation again because my very first bottle has gone bad on me. And I also picked up a different shade. I used to have the shade 210, which was a light to medium with neutral undertones, and I did pick up two new shades with a cool undertone. So the first one is the shade 160C, and that one is a light shade with cool undertones. The second one is the shade 200C, which is a light to medium with cool undertones. And you would think that out of 48 shades, one of those shades would match me. Now I would say the shade 200C, the one that I picked up recently, is definitely my summer shade. I can pull this off in the summer. Now, at the moment, it's winter time, and I feel like it's a little bit too deep for me. It's okay, I can kind of make it work, but I have to mix in a lighter shade. So I went for the cool tone that was lighter than this light to medium one, and that is the shade 160C. But just look at that difference. I wish there was an in-between shade here with a cool undertone, because it's quite a striking difference, and I cannot wear this on its own. It's way too light. It's gonna make me look like ghostly, like really, really pale. I kind of want to mix them a little bit, because otherwise, you know, it's not gonna match me 100% today. But let me tell you, today is actually the perfect day to show you guys the potential of this foundation, because I have a hormonal outbreak on my chin. It's so annoying, and I haven't had an outbreak like this in such a long time. So I'm so glad that this one is super full coverage. I mean, this is one of the most full coverage foundations that I have, and the texture of this, it is so lightweight. Like, you don't need a lot of product to actually achieve a really, really decent amount of coverage. I will say their cool undertones, they do lean a little bit peachy, especially that 200C one. It's very peachy. This one is a little bit more pink, but it's way too pale. So before we are actually applying this product, I just wanted to quickly mention their amazing brushes, because I have her foundation brush, and this is such an amazing brush. I also have the concealer brush right here. Those are the only brushes that I have by them, and I really like the shape here. So I'm gonna use this brush actually to put on the foundation, and let me actually shake this one up. This one has a little ball inside of the bottle, because it's so highly pigmented that you definitely do want to shake this product up before you're using it. However, the one thing that I don't like about this foundation is the fact that it comes with a doe foot. I wish this would come with a pump. So I'm gonna dot a little bit of the 200C shade on my skin. And you know, you don't need that much product. It's so fully pigmented. And then I'm gonna just use a little bit of the 160C shade. And we're just gonna do one side first. Keep on forgetting my forehead. There you go. So let's actually blend all of these dots out, and then I can show you how much coverage this product has. That is insane, you guys. The amount of coverage that you can get with just a little bit of product. This is also such a beautiful, more like satin, more like natural finish. It feels lightweight on your skin. It's absolutely stunning. So let's actually cover this side up, and let's get this one erased. Let's erase this stupid spot. The finish to me really is more of a natural finish, almost satin, yet kind of glowy. It does have a little bit of luminosity to it, especially under those studio lights. But another thing that you should know about this foundation is it does not really have a proper dry down. I think it sits on my skin really well. It's not accentuating any pores. It's not, you know, like gathering in fine lines. I really feel like this is very easy to blend out, has full coverage potential, and it's just a beautiful finish. All right, so my foundation is applied. So let's actually move on to their concealer. And this is a product that I truly love. So this is the Liquid Touch Brightening Concealer, and this retails for $22. So this is also available in 48 shades. It's not the exact same shade range as the foundation. So if you would buy like a corresponding shade to the foundation, like I did, you'd be surprised because the concealer is actually a lot brighter. Not too much, but I would say maybe like 2 shades brighter than the foundation, because just look at that. This is 200C and this is the foundation 200C. So you can tell that this is a lot brighter though than the foundation. I also had this when this was launched in the shade 210N, and you can see I really use this concealer a lot. I really do enjoy this concealer. This is a product that I always loved because it's just so creamy, so beautiful in texture. It looks amazing under your eyes. It works really good if you want to spot conceal. Has amazing coverage. So I'm just gonna apply this a little bit. It also has a little bit of radiance. It's not completely matte or anything, but I like it. I really do enjoy the coverage level of this. I like how this blends out. I mean, considering how much coverage I have on my face, I feel like this still looks very natural. It looks super skin-like. It doesn't look like makeup-y or anything. I just really do enjoy Rare Beauty's complexion products. They are fantastic. So my complexion is a little bit radiant right now, but we still have the powder by Rare Beauty, and I love that powder. It's amazing. So let's move on with that one. So this is the Always an Optimist Soft Radiance Setting Powder, and this retails for $25. So if you have seen my Best of 2022 video, this made it in that video. It's also talc free, and it does come in a couple of shades. The shades are very, very sheer. They are barely detectable on your skin. And I have this in the shade Light, and the shade Light actually has a little bit more of a pink tone. Another thing that I appreciate about this product is the fact that this has amazing packaging. Like, guys, listen, there was a lock on here. So the lock on here is really fantastic. I love the way this is set up because it does prevent any spillage. So I'm gonna take out a little bit like that much. So I'm just gonna set one half of my face first, and then you can see the difference what this setting powder is actually doing. So you may be able to see how well this is actually setting my skin. It's also slightly blurring, I have to say. You can see there is definitely more glow still detectable on this side. It does not look like I've put on any powder. It really does not give you cake face or anything. Okay, so I'm gonna set the other side of my face as well. I really have to say I do enjoy the complexion products by Rare Beauty. They are quite fantastic, apart maybe from that new Undereye brightening thing. I'm not sure about that release, but for the rest, this is just stunning makeup. I really enjoy it. So yeah, my base is on, so let's actually move on to some color complexion products, and let's kick it off with the bronzer. So this is the Warm Wishes Effortless Bronzer Stick, and this retails for $26. So this is a cream bronzer in a stick format. Here it is. This formula, it almost feels like a whipped moussey texture, and it blends out like a dream. This is just a fantastic cream bronzer. So you're gonna get 7 grams of product, which is quite a lot. And the packaging here, it looks so luxurious. It really looks fancy, and I think it's quite a decent price point. Really good. It performs so nicely, and it does come in 5 different shades. I don't think the shade range is that great necessarily. 5 shades is always a little bit limited, to be honest with you. So I have this in the shade Happy Soul, and it's described as a light brown with cool undertones. Now it's not too cool. It's pretty neutral. It does not have that much gray in it. It still has some warmth. This is not like a contouring stick or anything. I mean, you can use it to contour, it works, but it's not like completely gray, although they are saying it's a cool tone. I work it in a little bit into my brush, and then I just tap it where I would bronze up my face usually. So yeah, let's apply this beautiful cream bronzer. I honestly feel like this is almost like a cream to powder bronzer, because it's just, I don't know, it's just magic. Just looks so nice on the skin. I really like the shade too. I think this is such a beautiful product. I really think this is one of the best cream bronzers I've ever tried personally, because it's just so easy to use. It just blends out nicely. It does not reflect light in any way. It works nice on top of powder. I mean, just such a stunning formula. So my bronzer is applied, so let's actually move on to the blush. Now Rare Beauty actually has 2 different formulas when it comes to the blushes. Now they do have a liquid blush and they do have a cream blush. And I mean, I can't put on both of these formulas onto my skin today. So maybe let's start off with the product I'm not gonna be using today, but I might have some B-roll to show you guys. So this is the Stay Vulnerable Melting Blush, and this retails for $22. So this actually does come in 5 different shades. I do have the shade Nearly Berry, and when these were released, I did pick one up and just look at that. That is some Polly Pocket packaging right there, isn't it? It just threw me back to my childhood with the whole Polly, I'm not sure if you know Polly Pocket, but it looks like a Polly Pocket packaging and it's really stunning. However, personally, I don't like this formula one bit. It's called melting blush and that's what it's doing. It's melting off my skin. It just does not want to stay. This is one of these blushes that it just does not have any wear time on me. It literally just dissipates within a couple of minutes. It's not even a couple of hours, no, it's a couple of minutes. This just won't stay put. When you look at it, it looks really berry, but when you apply it, it translates to red very, very quickly. So I was really looking forward when this was released, but unfortunately, this is a product that I really never reach for and I don't like. You know, it's kind of a missed product to me. So let's actually move on to that other formula, the one that I'm going to put on my face today. Let's move on to the liquid blushes. So this is the Soft Pinch Liquid Blush and this retails for $23. I feel like those blushes went viral on the internet, but maybe not for the best reason. These are definitely the most highly pigmented liquid blushes I have ever used in my entire life. So when these were released initially, I did pick up 2 shades and I did pick up the shade Grace and the shade Love. So I'm going to show you some swatches. So the shade Grace is described as a bright rose mauve and this has a matte finish. And the shade Love is described as a terracotta and it also has a matte finish. I really did not enjoy this formula in the beginning, but I also did not enjoy the intensity of these shades. And I used such little product with this. I did not even go straight onto my face with the doe foot. Don't do that. Like, don't do that. Work it into a brush from your hands, but just don't use a lot of product. Don't go straight onto your face with these. These are gonna make you look like a clown. And these 2 shades really did not work out for me. So after her initial release, she actually added a couple more shades to the shade range. And I was really considering to pass on them because I just knew that that formula would not work on me. However, I did make the jump and I actually did purchase 2 of her newly released shades in that existing formula because I looked at the shades and I thought maybe these shades will work a little bit better on my skin tone. I mean, I was still kind of scared about the formula in and of itself, but I have to say these are just very, very different. So the 2 shades that I actually picked up are the shade Hope, which is described as a nude mauve with a dewy finish, and the shade Encourage, which is a soft neutral pink also with a dewy finish. So in total, this product does come in 11 different shades. In case you want to try it out, there are still some other shades here that I don't have. We are going to go in with the shade Hope today. And I'm going to show you, this actually comes with a doe foot like that. Just a piece of advice. Don't go in with this doe foot straight onto your skin. Put a little bit on your hand. I already put on too much. Oh, this is already too much. Ooh, I have to scrape some off. So this is the amount I'm using. So I'm going to use my Ilia complexion brush here. And I'm just going to work it a little bit into the brush. And also these don't dry down that quick anymore. I felt like these 2 other shades, they dry down immediately. And then I'm just going to apply it like that. And it's a complete different story. I mean, the blush looks so natural. It does not really look like any product on my face, to be honest. It does not look like I put on anything. It really looks like my skin. And I just really do enjoy that about these. They might not be the easiest ones if you don't have any brushes or if you just want to do it with your fingers. You know, you might be in some trouble. So just be mindful of this product. So let's actually continue with the highlighter. Now I also have 2 different formulas by Rare Beauty in terms of highlighter. So I would say we are going to put on the powder highlighter, but I quickly just want to talk to you guys about their liquid highlighter because it's actually a really stunning formula. So this is the Positive Light Liquid Luminizer, and this retails for $25. I have the shade Enlighten, and I think it's the lightest shade. It's the most iciest shade of them all. It's gonna give you such a beautiful glow. It's not glittery. I feel like it's almost like pearly. It's so beautiful. I'm gonna show you some footage when I'm applying this. And what I really do enjoy about this is when I blend this out with my fingers, it works so nicely. It's not interrupting my foundation underneath it, because that's usually my biggest problem with any kind of like liquid highlighter formula. This one does not do that. And you can definitely build this up if you want to achieve more glow, but you can also just give your skin a little bit of a sheen. And another thing that I do like about this is it works on the tip of my nose. Most like liquid highlighters really don't work on the tip of my nose whatsoever, but this one really does. It's one of my favorite formula in a liquid highlighter of all time. It is really, really stunning. I just love this. It's perfect. So when she came out with the powder highlighters, I was immediately on board. They are constantly sold out, but I was lucky enough to grab one when Sephora launched them. So this is the Positive Light Silky Touch Highlighter, and this retails for $25. So these powder highlighters literally went viral on the internet because it has been a while since any brand has released a really stunning powder highlighter. So I have this one in the shade Enlighten, which is their lightest shade. This is described as a cool champagne. It's quite icy, to be honest with you guys. Here it is. Again, it comes in this little like Polly Pocket style vibe packaging. And here it is. OMG. This is so beautiful. Like, it's so intense though. Like, you might be beaming out of space if you apply too much of this. But I just love it because it's gonna give you that amazing glow without like the glitter. And the powder in and of itself, it feels so silky. So buttery soft. It's just beautiful. And also what I really appreciate about this highlighter is it works amazingly as an inner corner highlighter and also as a brow bone highlighter on your eyes. And we are gonna apply this now. Now I have to be really careful how much I'm applying because, as I said, it's intense, so you don't need that much product. So I'm just gonna use a little bit like that. My brush does pick this up quite well, and I feel like that might just be a little bit too much, so I'm gonna tap it off slightly onto my hand and then go in onto the high points of my face. It's super reflective. It's gonna give you that glass skin effect. It's so stunning though. I really, really enjoy it, but just be careful and mindful how much you're using, because this is quite intense. I'm gonna use a little bit less on the other side. I feel like I already went a little bit overboard on this one. So let's use a little bit less product on this side. You know, it's beaming, but it looks super glass-like. There are 3 more shades in case you're not vibing with this iciness. And yeah, maybe they're gonna be back in stock soon and you might be able to try it out if you do enjoy this type of highlighter. I really do love it, you know. So that's it in terms of complexion. So let's actually move on to the next section. Let's move on to my eyes. So let's actually start off with a brow product. So this is the Brow Harmony Pencil and Gel, and this retails for $22. So she also has a brow powder. Now I never put powder in my brows. I'm always using a pencil and then I continue with a brow gel. So this product was quite perfect. It comes in 8 different shades. I have the shade Warm Brown. It's okay, it does work for me. And here it is. It's a 2-in-1 product. And on one side, you're gonna have a triangular pencil. And on the other side, you're gonna have the gel. So the only thing is, this does not really have a spoolie to comb the pencil through. So I have to use a different spoolie here. I am really open-minded to try out new brow pencils because my beloved Brow Chow from Item Beauty got discontinued. I cannot believe it. It's kind of a tragedy because I always loved that one. It was so easy and quick to fill in my brows. They looked so natural with this. And this one really came to my surprise. It's super pigmented. I really like it, but I have to be careful not to apply too much because, again, with Rare Beauty, very, very highly pigmented. But it looks very natural and I honestly really like it. So let's fill in my brow on one side. I would say let's start off with this side first so you can see the difference. I mean, that was so quick and it's so pigmented. It really does fill in your brows. I mean, just look at this. This is so sparse in comparison to that. Now I will use the spoolie of that Kosas brow pencil. I really like that spoolie to just kind of blend it out slightly. It's almost a little bit too intense for me, so I have to be careful not to apply too much. Again, I was super gentle with this. So let's actually fill in the other side as well. But in all honesty, it's a great formula. I mean, it does the job so well. So let's continue with the gel. So the brush here is a little bit more pinecone shaped. It's not too big, but it could be a little bit smaller because my brows are not that wide. So I'm always struggling to hold this in the correct angle. Let's actually compare it to my Kosas. So my Kosas Airbrow one is a little bit smaller, but it's wider. I mean, my Kosas one is just shaped perfectly for my eyebrow. It's really like the perfect shape. This one, I have to hold it at an angle to actually apply it. I feel like my brows look good though. Like this did not take too much time and they are definitely filled in. They are visible, they are there. I also like the gel, but I don't think it's gonna beat my Kosas Airbrow. This is still my #1 of all time. Alright, so before we are going to put on something onto my eyes, let's actually continue with the eye primer that I picked up by Rare Beauty. So this is the Always an Optimist Weightless Eye Primer and this retails for $21. So here is their eye primer. Now, honestly, I really do enjoy this one. It has a little bit of a peach tint. And I have to say, this is a really good eye primer. It also has the perfect dry down and it does not crease on me. It comes with a doe foot. Again, it has a little bit of a tint here, which is great to just, cancel out my veins. Let's actually put it onto one eye so you can see the difference. And also, I don't feel like I need too much product here. Just a little bit like that. And then I like to blend this out with my finger. For once, I do prefer blending this out with a finger, but just look at that. That is wild. That is so much coverage. Like, just look at how much this has canceled out all my veins. It has given me such a beautiful base to work on. It looks so identical to my skin. It's really astonishing. I really like this. It really dries down quickly. It's not like radiant, it's not greasy. It really does set down and it looks so natural. I really do like this eye primer a lot. Alright, so let's continue with my other eye. The only thing is that this eye primer only comes in one shade. So I'm not sure if it's going to match everyone. Hopefully she can bring this out in more shades. I'm not sure how this would work on somebody with a deep complexion. I have no clue. So Honest Beauty also has some liquid eyeshadows. Now I don't really have any of those. I've never tried them out, but I do have 2 of her eyeshadow palettes. So this is the Discovery eyeshadow palette in the colorway True to Myself, and this retails for $29. And this is the colorway Come to Play, and this also retails for $29. So these eyeshadow palettes, I mean, they look stunning. This is the colorway True to Myself. And here we have also the colorway Come to Play. However, I have to be honest with you guys. This is not my favorite eyeshadow formula. And all in all, I do think this colorway is a little bit off. I don't know. I wasn't the biggest fan of those. They are a little bit lackluster, and I mean, they're just okay. But would I say to you guys, run out and buy them? Definitely not. And then the biggest disappointment really came with the shade in the middle. It is a pressed glitter. It's like a glitter gel formula. This one right here. I thought to myself, oh, maybe this color story is gonna work a little bit better on me. And then this beautiful sort of like iridescent shade in the middle, I was really drawn to this. But what a disappointment when I found out it's not white or iridescent, it's just this grainy, like gold green. It's just the weirdest thing I have ever seen. It's almost like translating orange. So in this eyeshadow palette, we also have 5 mattes, and then we have a shimmer shade. But what is this mustardy shade doing in here? It's just so random. I never know what to do with these. I don't really like the formula that much, and I never reach for them. So I have to come up with some look, and I just don't know what to do. I just look at this and I'm like completely lost. I might have to jump around in between these two. So I just know that if I would go the purple way with these eyeshadow palettes, it's just gonna look like somebody punched me in my eye. I'm just gonna dare and go with a little bit more of a brown golden sort of look today. And I'm gonna start off with this shade right here in the Come to Play palette, and it's called Pick Me Up. So I'm just gonna lay this down as a base. But yeah, these have such sheer pigment, like they're barely detectable. I mean, if you're into that, I'm not really into that much. So I'm gonna switch over to the eyeshadow palette True to Myself. And I feel like I'm gonna add a little bit of peachiness here. Just a little bit, not too much, because I'm not the biggest fan of peach. I just have to dip in my brush like multiple times to get this degree of pigment onto my lids. Very sheer. So I'm gonna stick to this palette right here, and hopefully let's bring a little bit of depth to this look, because right now it's just not it. There is no pigment to this, you know. It's just a failed opportunity, really. Like, I have to build this up and up and up, and the pigmentation is just not there. Alright, okay, so let's do my lower lash line. I'm just gonna use my Victoria Beckham Satin Kayal liner in Cocoa, the brown one, and I'm just gonna put that into my waterline. And then I'm gonna use that same shade Passionate for my lower lash line. Now, I could go in with this gold, okay? But this gold is so ugly. Oh my god, this is not a beautiful gold. It's like very dark yellow and just a very ugly gold color. And also these shimmers are not very flattering. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this color right here. And that is the shade Genuine. I'm going to use this one and put it all over my lids. This is probably the most boring look I've done in a while. I'm gonna like go in with this glitter now. And you're gonna see it's gonna turn gold. And it's so like flaky and ugh, I don't know. I'm just gonna put it on just to show you guys, but it's not great. It's really not it. I hate it. I hate it so much. I really dislike my eye look. Like, this is not it. It's not it. So I'm gonna clean up my edges really quick. I'm gonna use her concealer to do that with. Such a disappointment, and I feel like I'm full of this glitter. This glitter is just a mess. It's a mess. So I'm gonna use a highlighter. Why did she not bring out like an eyeshadow in this formula? I don't understand it, but well, I'm gonna use this to highlight my brow bone real quick. I really dislike this glitter. I feel like it's kind of everywhere. And in general, I really don't like this look. I mean, these eyeshadows, they're just not it, you guys. There are so many other eyeshadows that I prefer over this one. This is just a hard no for me. I don't like them. Okay, but yeah, let's just move on from this terrible eyeshadow look to her mascara. So this is the Perfect Strokes Universal Volumizing Mascara, and this retails for $20. So here is the mascara. Now, I actually had this mascara when it was released and I tried it out and I wasn't the biggest fan of it, but mine has definitely gone bad by now, so I did pick up a new one on discount. I was so happy that this was discounted. I just remember it wore very, very well. It did not smudge on me, it did not flake on me. However, I just did not like the application of this. So I don't think this is my favorite mascara of all times. Now I'm really intrigued to try it again. So before I'm curling my eyelashes, I'm going to show you the brush. It's quite big. It has like traditional bristles, so it's not a silicone brush or anything. I mean, it's big. It's not small. So we shall see how I'm going to like this again. So here is the mascara. I mean, it did a good job in lengthening my lashes. Maybe not the most volumizing one. I feel like it's a little bit clumpy. Like I feel like it's balling up a little bit on the tip of my lash. And for that reason, it might not just be the most buildable formula I've ever tried. But I don't really like it if a mascara goes a little bit clumpy. And this one definitely does a little bit of clumping. So let's do the other eye as well. I'm not sure if you can see. I mean, it lifted up my lashes like crazy, but it's just very clumpy. I don't know. I mean, I like the effect, but I just don't like this formula. This formula is just very clumpy. I can feel the mascara on my lashes and I can see it. Now I remember why I did not really use this mascara that much and why I did not enjoy it that much. Why I was never talking about it and it was kind of disappointing. I just remembered that. I'm glad I did not pay full price for this. Also, I would not recommend. I don't think this is the best mascara that is out there. Apart from the brow product and the eye primer, I really feel like her eye products kind of let me down, especially this eyeshadow palette and the mascara. Not my cup of tea, to be honest with you. That's it for the eyes. So let's actually move on to the lips. Now, I don't have a lip liner and I don't have her lipsticks, but I do have her lip gloss and I also do have those beautiful matte soufflé lip creams. So we are going to start off with the lip gloss. So this is the Stay Vulnerable Glossy Lip Balm and this retails for $20. So this actually does come in 5 different shades. I do have the shade Nearly Neutral. Here it is, really fancy packaging. I'm going to apply it real quick, but then I'm going to remove it because I do want to end my look with their other product. I don't really reach for this. I don't know why, but this product is just something that just did not wow me. It really did not wow me that much. I don't really remember this product whatsoever. I don't know why I did not enjoy it that much. So I think it was just because it was not glossy enough. It's not that high shine, but then again, it's a glossy balm. I really like a good cushiony gel lip gloss, something that is not tacky, but let's try this on my lips and let's see why I never reach for this. It definitely does feel like a balm on your lips, but it kind of feels like a gel too. So the feeling of it is actually nice, but when I look at myself, I feel like there is no shine, not much. I mean, I definitely have products that are shinier and glossier, and this one is just a little bit boring. It also is very, very sheer in pigment, considering how this looks in the bottle and how it translates onto my lips. I don't know, it's just a little bit boring. That's how I remember the product too. So let's wipe this off and let's continue actually with a product that I love. And that is the Lip Soufflé Matte Lip Cream, and that one retails for $20. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is maybe my favorite lip formula of all time. I love these. These are phenomenal, and I'm so glad we are going to end it off on this product because it's just such a good one. And I'm also really excited because I did pick up these 3 brand new shades that she recently released, and I had already accumulated quite a lot of shades. So these were the shades that I picked up out of her first launch. So these were the shades that had already existed for a hot minute, and then I've been loving for so long. Now I'm going to show you swatches of all of these shades. So from left to right, this is the shade Courage, a nude mauve. This is definitely my favorite shade of all time. The next one is the shade Fearless, a deep mauve rose. The red one is the shade Inspire, and it's a bright red. And the shade Thrilling is described as a true brown. Now in my opinion, it's a deep brown. And the shade Daring is a muted lavender. So those were the existing shades. Now again, my all-time favorite shade is this shade Courage. I love this one so much. It's literally one of my most used lip products ever. So I'm going to show you these 3 new shades, and one of them we are going to apply for today. So here they are, the new addition to the already existing range. And wow, what a choice. I feel like these are beautiful. Such nice colors. So I'm going to show them to you swatched on my arm and then applied on my lips. So starting with the shade Elevate, this is a light warm beige. The next one is the shade Confident, and the shade Confident is described as a rose mauve. And the shade Kindness is described as a nude pink. And I'm gonna apply the shade Elevate today. I was really looking forward to this shade because it's described as a warm beige, but it looks a little bit like muted peach. It's so stunning. So what I love about these is the fact that they feel whipped, like a real soufflé, like they are described. Super whipped, and they are very blurring. They don't have a crazy dry down. They also do have a little bit of a scent to them, I will say. I feel like there's a little bit of a fragrance in here, but the scent is actually quite nice. I don't mind it. So let's apply the shade Elevate because I feel like it's going to match my eye look the best. But another thing that I truly appreciate about them is the fact that the applicator is perfect. It is flat on the top, and it just allows me to apply them so quick, so easy. And just look at the blurring effect here. No lines whatsoever. This is so beautiful. That was it. I really wanted to end the video with my favorite product. I would be really intrigued to know if you guys are agreeing with me, if you are disagreeing with me. Have you tried out anything by Rare Beauty? Please do drop me a comment down below. And also, in case you made it this far and you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and ring the bell in order to get notified. And I shall be seeing you on here very soon with the next video. So please, until then, take care. Thank you so much for watching.